called the old ship.
China step up cooperation on climate change in the wake of President Trump's decision to pull the United States out of the Paris Climate Treaty.
Today, China and Europe have demonstrated solidarity with future generations and responsibility for the whole planet.
There's been widespread condemnation of Mr. Trump. The world's 48 least developed countries accuse him of showing disregard for millions of lives. Ireland's biggest party in government is choosing a new leader. The strong favourite is the son of an Indian immigrant who could become the country's first openly gay Prime Minister. Police in Manila insist that an attack by a lone gunman who set fire to a casino is not linked to terrorism. 36 people died from smoke inhalation. Also in the programme, this faceless deep-sea fish, not seen for more than a century, has been rediscovered by scientists off Australia's east coast.
All right. Good evening, everybody, and I'm so happy to see you here. So what I want you to do, first of all, I'd like you to introduce yourselves and to say a couple of words about yourselves. What I mean here is just tell us your name, where are you from, maybe you will want to say about the grade or form you study in, about the textbook you study, about the grade you have in your English, and what is the purpose of your learning English, whether you're going to take part in the Russian national exam or whatever. So please just feel free to say a couple of words about yourself.
Hello.
Hello.
My name is Diana.
Diana, right?
Yes. I graduated from the high school lately, and now I must pass my exams. And I use Raymond Murphy textbook.
Right.
And I want to pass English YEGA exam very well, I hope.
Diana, where are you from?
I'm from Crimea.
Crimea. Wow, interesting. Yeah, very welcome. So, who's next?
Hello.
Hey.
My name is Margaret.
What's your name? Say it again. What's your name?
My name is Margaret.
Margaret. Okay.
I'm from Kuskovic, and I will pass exam next year.
So, Margaret, if you please, say it again, because I wouldn't say that the sound of your voice is very understandable, it's very clear. Will you please say it again?
Okay. I will pass exam next year, and sorry?
Yeah? Yes, please, go ahead.
Excuse me, I don't hear you.
You just listen to the sound of your voice.
Okay. I will pass exam next year, and sorry?
So that's the problem. That is why I'm asking you to say it over again. Maybe you can move closer to the mic, and then it will be much easier to understand what you're saying. All right. Next, please.
So, do you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you fine.
So, my name is Elena.
I'm from Ufa, and okay, I've been studying English, I think, for 2 years probably. Oh, and I'm going to pass Russian international exams, or how do we call it? ЕГЭ. How I study English. So I got some English classes in my city, and that's all. And I usually like to watch videos on English or movies, and this helps me a lot, I think. So yes.
All right.
I don't know what to say.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. Let me summarize a little bit, because not everything was very clear, so you will just help me and correct me if I did some mistakes. Okay, so first of all, the first person was Diana, or Diana, and she's from Crimea, and she's going, well, the first thing what I wanted to say, we usually take exam, then we pass, take, or you can say sit an exam, and then if successfully, then you can pass the exam, or sometimes and God forbid that you can fail the exam, and then the teacher who will be the examiner will conduct the exam or administer the exam. This is about your teacher. So these are this is the vocabulary which is necessary for you to know. So first of all, you take an exam or you sit an exam, and nobody knows whether you will pass it or not. You have to pass it successfully in order to get to the university or college, right? So that is why I would rather say that I'm going to take an exam. So then you said about ЕГЭ. Well, different people will give a name to this exam in different ways. What I know is Russian national exam in English. And so then Diana said that she studies the book, which is Raymond Murphy, and this is grammar, as you know, use of English. Good. And then the second person, her name was Margaret, as I heard, and please correct me. So Margaret, first of all, I didn't catch where are you from. Will you please? Yeah.
I'm from Kursk.
What is that?
Kursk.
Ah, okay. So that's Kursk and Oblast. You can say that in English. And so, what is the book which you study?
Spotlight.
Spotlight, and this is Spotlight 11, right?
No.
9th. Okay, so you see, this is not the year for you to take the Russian national exam, correct?
Yes.
Okay, good. And then the next person is Vilena.
Yes.
And she is from Ufa. And so, how about you? Are you going to take the Russian national exam in English?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So you study, you go to 11th grade, right?
Next year, yes.
But this year you are at the 10th grade?
Yes, this year, yes.
All right. And you said that you studied, you've been studying English for 2 years?
Yes.
So how it is possible? Because as I know that usually in Russian schools people learn English beginning with the 2nd grade. So why didn't you learn beginning with the 2nd grade?
Yes, I know. So at school, I usually, how to say it? Before as I started to learn English, I usually was copying my classmates' works, or how to say that. So in my school, I actually didn't study. Okay, how to say it? So I haven't been studying English at school. Okay, so I don't know how to explain this, but I just.
You can type it in the chat section. You can type it in Russian, and I will translate it into English.
Oh, okay. So no, I'll try to explain it in English. So at school, then on our lessons, I haven't been listening our teachers, I guess, because I didn't want to study English, and only what I knew before I started to really study English, I only knew like ABC, like, okay, so, okay, I will type it.
Alright, okay, very good. So now I will try and explain what I'm going to do today. Well, as you know, I teach very different classes. The meaning is that I teach the IELTS, with the preparation for IELTS test, for the Russian national exam test, for TOEFL test, and for many different international exams. Okay, so you said that you will type it.
Yeah. Okay. Give me a second.
Can you see the chat section there?
Yes.
So please, I'm just looking forward for your word, because I'm very much interested to know what you wanted to say. Okay, before she typed your interesting word, do you have any questions? Maybe you have some comments, some observations, maybe you have some special needs which we need to address during the class. So where is the word, Vilena?
Okay, so I'm trying to type, I don't know what to type.
That's alright. So just forget about that. So today, what I want you to do is, today we'll talk about one of the parts of the IELTS test, and as you may know that almost every part of the Russian national exam was not to the full taken from the international exams, but it's very much the same like the international exam. So when we talk about the IELTS test, it will also help you to do almost the same when you do it during the Russian national exam. Okay, so let me show it to you. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Alright, so today we'll just let me know that everybody can see the screen. Can you see the screen?
Yes, I can't.
If you
Give me a second.
if you cannot see my screen, then you have to restart your browser. Okay. So today we'll talk about shopping. Of course, before talking about shopping, you need to know a little bit of vocabulary. And first of all, the vocabulary will be phrases in bold. Do you understand the word in bold?
No. Really?
Yeah, but that's a different meaning. Okay. When you say phrase in bold, the meaning is
Uh-huh.
Okay? You understand, right?
Yes.
So, you will have this vocabulary in bold. Now, the first word is window shopping. What is that? Window shopping.
Витрина. Только смотреть на витрину, да?
Well, what I want you to do is, I would like you to try and explain in simple English. What is that? What's the meaning to do the window shopping?
When people only see the showcases.
Only watch the items which are
And not buy.
yeah, they just walking around the stores, walking around the shops. They do not buy. They just looking at the things and at the items, just thinking which one they will prefer to choose and buy later. Okay.
Once you to them more.
Yeah, right, exactly. So then, on a tight budget, what is that?
More скромный бюджет.
Yes, you can say so. The meaning is that, yeah, and again, please, I encourage you to speak and to explain in simple English words. So what is that on a tight budget?
When you have little money and
Right. Exactly. So then you have local shops, independent stores, and high street names. And do not forget that this is British English. So what is that? Local shops.
Shops not far from your house.
You can say so. Then what about independent stores?
Stores not connect with each other.
And how about the high street names? Okay, so for the high street names, I think that probably it will be better if I explain. So high street names, wow, what is that? Okay, I have to go on.
Very famous street shop.
No, high street usually is the first street. This is British English, and American English will be Main Street. It's the same word, like Main Street. And Main Street is the street which was built the first in the city. Every city starts with this High Street or Main Street, and so the first building which they usually build in the city is a bank. Okay, because if you don't have a bank, then you cannot borrow money to buy other buildings. So that is why every city, almost every city, starts with a bank. And then around the bank you will have the stores which will later become the best stores of this city. And so that is why they will have the high street names, kind of the best stores of this city. Okay, high street names. All right, so next is snap up a bargain. What is to snap up a bargain? What do you think? Okay, I will explain it to you then. So bargain, it's just when you don't want to pay the price which is given to the item, you want to buy cheaper, you start to negotiate with the shop assistant, and that means that you want to have a bargain. So in Russian I will write it in Russian. Okay, to snap up a bargain. And then the next word is they try to give me the hard sell. The meaning is that the shop assistants, they just persuade me to buy something. They force me to buy something. Okay. So how about advertising? Do you understand the word advertising?
Yes.
Okay, good. Value for money.
No.
Well, value for money, the meaning is that, huh?
Honest.
Well, again, you tend to speak Russian. Please, I encourage you to speak English. So value for money, you know that sometimes you can buy a car. Let's say this car will cost you, let's say 200,000 rubles. But immediately, let's say 1 minute after you bought it, you will never sell it for the price of 200,000 rubles. It will be possible for you to sell it, let's say, for 180,000 rubles only. So the meaning is that this is not the same value for money. But when you buy, let's say, something which is, you think that this is expensive, but then you can see that this is the value for money. That this item costs you exactly what the price is. No less, no more. This is value for money. Do you understand? No? Okay. Yeah, that's interesting. So value for money. Okay. Here in the text you will learn about Mac computer. Mac computer. You know that, right? Do you know Mac computers?
Yes.
Yeah, so Mac computers are very what? Very expensive, correct? Do you agree?
Yes.
But later on, you understand that that was the good price. That they are not expensive. That the value of this computer is exactly this amount of money. They are not expensive. Okay, I will write it in Russian. So value for money. So in Russian we say value for money. That's okay. Now we understand the meaning. Very good.
Yes.
So then shop around. It's just like we said, to walk around and to see what you're going to buy. Pick up a bargain. You know that summer sale. I think that you know what is a summer sale.
And then cheaper than ever.
Sales, or can you think of some other words like that, like sales? It can be, let's say, special offer.
Minus
special offer, or it might be discount. I think that you know this vocabulary, right? Special offer, discount, or rebate, right? Do you know special offer, discount? Discount, excuse me, I made a mistake. Discount.
Yes.
Yeah, rebate. So sales, like you said, maybe you can say it something like in Russian. Okay? Excuse me. Yeah. Then prices were being slashed. Well, you know, slash is this sign, and people use it a lot. I think that you know computers. So this is a excuse me. This is a slash, right?
Yes.
This is a slash. So prices were slashed. The meaning is that they were decreased. The prices were less than they were offered. Okay. Then big brand names. That's like we said that Apple Computers is a big brand name. To pay the full price. Yeah, same thing. And then carrier bag is the brand name bag, and customer service is how they worked with you and so on. Okay, so let's start because that's a lot of vocabulary. I didn't know that that might be lots of vocabulary. Okay, so if you have a look here, let's start with reading, and then you will answer the same questions. If you don't mind, Diana, will you please start reading the first example with the examiner question and then the answer?
Of course.
Yes, please.
Do you often go shopping for personal items? When I can afford it, yes. My colleague is in the city center and I do a lot of window shopping. But being a student, I'm on a high budget, so I have to be careful with money.
Okay, so you see, this is part 1 style questions. The meaning is that the examiner usually starts with these type of questions, just asking you about your personal experience. So you see, this student, her name is Maxine, and the question is, do you often go shopping for personal items? And she said, when I can afford it. Do you know the word afford?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, and then my college is in the city center, so that is why I do a lot of window shopping. But being a student, I'm on a tight budget, so I have to be very careful with money. So the question to all of you ladies, do you often go shopping for personal items, Margaret?
Yes, I do. Excuse me, I don't understand.
You don't understand?
Yes.
Alright, Vilena, do you often go shopping for personal items?
So actually no, I go shopping when I really need it. So yes, then
good.
Only when I need it.
Okay, and Diana, the question to you: do you often go shopping for personal items?
I agree with Vladimir because I go shopping very rarely. I don't like to buy dresses and other clothes.
Okay, good. Excellent. And Margaret, will you please read the second question with the examiner's words?
Do you enjoy shopping?
No, it's the previous one.
Are there many shops where you live? You have got a few local shops, maybe, and a few independent stores, but none of the big size places. I have to go into a town for that.
Okay, so you see, the question is, are there many shops? Or, shops is British and Americans, they use the word stores. Are there many stores where you live? And Jenny answers, we've got a few local shops or stores nearby and a few independent stores, but none of the big high street names. So if you think of Russian, probably the big high street names might be, big chains like Metro or IKEA. What's that?
Megano?
Maybe, I haven't heard of that, but I trust you. So then you know that every city has its own local stores or shops, which is for grocery, then it might be bakery, then it might be pharmacies, any kinds of local shops. And then at the same time you can have some private stores which are not that big like Metro or IKEA, but still you need to buy the things which are being sold at the high street names stores. So that is why you have some independent stores. So the question to you is, are there many shops where you live? And Vilena?
Okay, so yes, there are a lot of shops because they live, it's like the center of the city, and there you can find every store which you would like to visit.
Good, excellent. Margaret?
We got many local shops and 2 independent stores.
Okay, good. And Diana?
Yes, we have a lot of shops there, but if I want something, I don't find it.
And you have to go where to?
I order in internet.
What's that? Say it again, please.
I order.
Okay, online. On the internet.
Online, yes.
Yeah, online on the internet. Yeah, I got you. Very good. So next, Vilena, will you please willing to read? Will you please be willing to read the next question?
Okay. Do you enjoy shopping? It depends. Ahead then the sales are on. Lots of people are trying to snap up a bargain. Okay. I find it all a bit stressful. I also get annoyed when shop assistants try to give me a hard sell when all I want to do is look around.
Yeah. Okay. I will translate it for you because that's very important for you to remember the vocabulary. So, экзаменатор может вам задать любые вопросы о вашей жизни, и здесь вас спрашивают, любите ли вы делать покупки. И Марка отвечает, ну, это зависит. Я ненавижу, когда кругом распродажи. Толпы людей, они стараются выхватить выгодную сделку. Я считаю, что это немного стресса приносит мне. Меня также раздражает, когда продавцы пытаются навязать мне, когда все, что я хочу сделать, это просто побродить и посмотреть вокруг. So, the question to you, do you enjoy shopping? Diana?
No, I don't enjoy shopping because it's very exhausting and my legs are tired after this process.
Okay. Yeah, then Margaret?
Yes, I love shopping. I go to shopping every week.
Okay. And Vilena?
So I think yes, I enjoy it a lot, but yes, I agree with Marco there because they have this. Then you have the sales in the magazines. It's very annoying sometimes because there are a lot of people.
Well, please do not forget that magazine. The translation of this word
it's
a journal. It's a journal, and the store or a shop. Okay, so.
Yes.
That was just like, asking questions and answering the questions. Right now, the second part is when you have to talk a little bit about something. So what you're going to talk about is you have to describe a time when you bought something for someone. Just think about that. You will have to talk about the time when you bought something for someone. And what you should say is when this was, what it was you bought and who you bought it for, and say how you felt about buying it for them. Okay, just think about that. And first of all, we will read, of course, just for you to understand the whole idea of what we are going to talk about, and then to pick up a little bit of vocabulary, and then we'll just listen to your answers. All right, Vilena, will you please read?
Which one?
It's Colleen, yeah. Colleen.
Okay, I'd like to tell you about the time about 4 years ago. My husband and I bought a computer for our daughter. She was about to go to university, and we had promised her we would teach her to one. At the time, there had been a big advertising campaign for the latest Apple MacBook, and our daughter was very keen to have one. She kept telling us they were value for money, even though they seemed very expensive to us. Anyway, we tried to shop around to see if we could pick up a bargain. This was in the middle of the summer sales, and whenever you went, prices were being slashed. on big brand names. But unfortunately, not Apple products. We ended up having to pay the full price. I remember my daughter justifying the cost by pointing out how nice the Apple Carrier bag was. But it was lovely to see her so excited, and the customer service she's received during the 4 years she's had, it has been excellent. So it was value for money after all.
Alright, so as you can understand here, the parents of the girl like you, they were just they wanted to buy a computer for the daughter because she was about to go to university. She was about she was about to go to university. So in a very short period of time she will start her university. So there was the advertising campaign for the latest Apple MacBook, and our daughter was very keen. She wanted a lot to have one computer. So she told us that all of the Apple computers were value for money, but they seemed very expensive to us. So they tried to shop around and to find a bargain, which is a lower price. And it was summer sales, but not for Apple products. So they had to pay the full price. And I remember my daughter justified, that means that she was just оправдывалась, the cost by pointing out how nice the carrier bag for the Apple, упаковка of Apple was, how nice was it. And so the customer service, обслуживание послепродажное, she's received during the 4 years, has been so excellent. So it was value for money after all. В конце концов это стоило этих денег. Okay, so right now, do not forget that I will record you and you will listen to your answers. So just think about how you will answer to the same question. It's just like describe the time when you bought something for someone, and you should say when this was, what it was you bought, who you bought it for, and say how you felt about buying it for them. Okay? Alright, that's too much. So anybody wants to start? Yes, please. Who will start? Okay.
Can I just
Yes.
tell about
You
my
can,
present?
yeah, you can tell us about anything you want. Okay, please start.
Yes. Years ago, I to buy a ukulele, and my father went with me to the shop, to the shop, and we wanted to buy a ukulele, but the shop assistant said that the guitar is better variant, and my father bought me a black guitar, and I was very happy. And because guitar has a lot of especially more advantages than ukulele. It is acoustic black string, which on which I can play a lot of songs. And after this
Purchase?
purchase, I can take guitar lessons with this shop assistant and online lessons, and now I can play guitar very well. And I don't I don't pity about that I haven't bought a.
Okay, very good. So, a little bit about the vocabulary. Like you mentioned a couple of things. So, just hold on. This is Then you can also use the word by, and then you said in English we say to regret. Yeah, I didn't have any regrets about my purchase. Okay, good. Now let's listen a little bit to your story for you to understand, because you know that during the Russian national exam everything would be recorded, and so just listen to yourself.
Participants said that the guitar is better there, and my father bought me a black guitar, and I was very happy. And because has a lot of everything more expensive than ukulele. It is acoustic black piece, which on which I can play a lot of songs.
Okay, that was an excellent answer, by the way. But anyway, just a couple of things which I think that other ladies would also want to know. So first of all, I'm not sure about the spelling, but she was using... Okay. Hello? Can you hear me? Because I just lost the connection. Can you
Yes,
hear?
I hear.
Can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
All right. I have to start. Yeah, I think that I have to start. Never ever happened it before. I have to start over the sharing of the board. Just hold on. Yeah. Okay. So she used the word ukulele, and I'm not sure about the spelling. Maybe it's just like that, or ukulele is a very small guitar, a very small guitar.
Yes.
All right. So just hold on. I will start. And then the pronunciation of the word guitar. The accent should be on the second syllable, guitar. Okay. Yeah. So just hold on. I cannot start. I don't know why. Okay, I will cancel. Sorry, ladies, because just hold on. I will try and reconnect, and then I will be back, because some problems with the connection. I'm very sorry. It never happened before, for the first time. Yeah. Yeah, right now I'm sure that everything is just fine and everything is working. So I'm so sorry about that. It never happened before. Okay, let's go back. So thank you so much for sharing. It's been a very nice sharing, and my pleasure. So next, please, who was that? Please remind me your name. Whose presentation was that?
Diana?
Diana, did you tell us about the ukulele?
Yes.
Okay, now next, Margaret, will you please tell us your story?
1 year ago, I bought a little present for my sister. It was so probably to find a great present. And I think that it was great to present to her a book. And I found a good book in the course. It was Vladimir and Margarita by Mikhail Bulgakov. She was so happy to say
Okay. I wouldn't say that I understand every word what you're saying, so that is why I'm just trying to listen. Okay, just listen to yourself.
I think that it was great to present to her a book. And I found a good book in the course. It was Vladimir and Margarita by Mikhail Bulgakov. She was so happy to say
Okay, again, as always, I just try to speak a little bit about the vocabulary. So, what I want you to know here is you usually use the word to give as a present, to give as a present, or to give as a gift. You can just say, for example, my mom gave me a book, and the meaning is the same, like my mom gave me a book as a present, because you see, gave and gift is a noun for the verb to give. Do you understand that? It's the same word, right? But when you use the word present is a noun, but to give a present will be to present. Okay? To present, because we move the accent, present and to present. Alright, good. And then the last presentation. But anyway, thank you for your presentation, and the last presentation should be from Vilena.
So last thing which I bought for someone, it was, okay, I bought it in the end of April. It was a present for my classmate's birthday, and so I bought her a present because she invited me to her like kind of party. So I knew what she loved. I know what she loved, chocolate. So I bought her a lot of chocolate, and so I didn't know which kind of chocolate she likes. So I went to the shop and I just started to buy everything what I see. I don't know. So, but she was very happy when I gave her a present, because boxing. Okay, how to say it? So, I made very beautiful boxing, or how do people usually say that? Упаковка. Boxing.
No,
right?
no, it's I will talk about it. Wrapping up, wrap. Okay. That's it.
I think so.
Okay, just listen to yourself, please.
So I didn't know which kind of chocolate she likes. So I went to the shop and I just started to to buy everything what I see. I don't know. So, but she was very happy when I gave her a present, because boxing. Okay, how to say it? So.
All right. Let me just help you with the vocabulary. All right. So what do you say? Let me see. Where is the Russian? Yeah. So we want to say. Is the English word is to rap. You can use this word in very different ways, like you know, when you finish the discussion, you can say, let's wrap up the discussion. The meaning is finishing. Then you talked about the chocolates. So chocolates are usually in Russia are usually wrapped up in wrappers, and then you know, some people who are not very they are not very tidy. You know the word tidy, right? They do not like to be very clean around, so they will drop a wrapper or wrappers from chocolates everywhere. So you understand what a rapper is, right? It's not a rapper who sings the songs, because the sound of this word is the same, but is a rapper. So this is and then if you have a look, let's say, let's have a look at just present wrapping. So you see, can you see this is the answer to your question. Present wrapping, present wrapping ideas, present wrapping paper, present wrapping service. Does it make sense to you? Right? Okay, if I just click in Google, and then you see this is how they 3 ways to wrap a present. Best ideas about gift wrapping, how to wrap a gift. Okay, and then we can watch some images of these other wrappings. Okay. So this is the answer to your question. I think that I answered to your question. All right. Anyway, thank you for your wonderful presentations. Thank you so much. Okay, we can move on to the next question, and it will be the third style question. Is usually, you know, after you made a short presentation in the IELTS speaking, then you will have the third type, the third type question, the third part question, which is the extension. Extension means okay, let me just give it to you. Extension means you can use it for your cable. And just hold on. Like, you know, if you want to have your cable longer, then you need to have the extension cord. But here the extension meaning is that this is the same topic. The topic will be shopping, but it will be extended like a little longer conversation on the same topic. So you will see it by yourself. Topic is the same, but only the extension. Okay. So Diana, will you please read the question?
Yes. Do you think you will stop using paper money in the future?
Yeah, and the answer.
And Louisa said, I think it's almost certain. At the moment, it's impossible to claim it, but I'm sure this will change. The problem is people are more likely to get into debt and run after credit card bill when it happens.
So you see, this is again the question about shopping, but it is, let's say, not connected with the previous information. It's something extended. You understand that, right? So the question to you, this is the question to you. Do you think, and do you understand everything here? To pay in cash, what is to pay in cash? Just say it in Russian because we do not have a lot of money left. To pay in cash?
Платить наличными.
Yeah, to get into debt.
Ну, в долгах быть.
And run up a credit card bill.
Это счет, кредитный счет.
Yeah, yes, absolutely. Okay, so the question to you is, do you think we will stop using paper money in the future? Okay, Vilena, what do you think?
I think, okay, I agree with Lisa because nowadays we have cards, and I think in the future we won't use like cash and cash money, and it won't be like a thing in the future.
Okay, Margaret, what do you think?
I think that we will stop using paper money in the future, as the credit card is
Yeah, that's
Okay,
alright.
becomes more popular.
Good, excellent. And Diana?
I think everything will change because it's progress, and cash will not very popular in the future.
Okay, good. Excellent answers, and again, thank you for your answers. But you see, this is not the only question which can be asked, which can be raised for you during this exam. There are some other types of extension questions. So let's take some more because we still have a couple of minutes left. Margaret, will you please read the second question and the answer?
how do companies encourage the consumer to spend their money? Recently, in my country, something called Black Friday, where people encouraged to shop until they drop and buy the latest must-have products. There are the things like probably to get a customer back in a store.
Alright, so if you understand the question correctly, how do companies encourage, побуждают, the consumer, покупателя, потребителя, to spend their money? How do companies encourage the consumer to spend their money? And Peter answered, well, недавнее, что происходит в моей стране, это то, что называется черной пятницей, когда людей побуждают покупать, пока они не упадут. To shop until they drop. И купить последние продукты, которые должны быть у всех. Must have products. Затем есть еще такие вещи, как карты преданности, чтобы вернуть клиента назад. То есть это бонусные баллы, вы знаете, или бонусные мили на самолете, loyalty cards, карты верности, карты преданности. Okay, so the question to you: how do companies encourage the consumer to spend their money? Vilena.
Okay, let me think. They make some sales. Okay, let me think. I just don't know.
Yeah, I know that this is a hard question, but I told you this is an extension. This is not that easy. This is every part is more and more difficult. That I told you about that. I know that this is not that easy. Okay, Diana, what would you say?
I think companies have people that there is a consummation of the world, and people go to buy sugar and other things and products, but there are a lot of discounts, and people are determined, обманывать,
Deceive.
yes, People are deceived because this only job steps.
Okay.
And
That's it?
Yes.
To deceive, okay. Just hold on. Alright, and I think, who's the last person to talk? I lost the, yes please?
I was not talk.
Yes please? Okay. So, ladies, thank you so much, and we still have some more questions to talk and to discuss, but the time is up. So please do not forget that. Okay, just hold on. Excuse me. Oh, wow, that's not my class. Sorry. You have the reviews for my classes here, and I just encourage you to go down there to read those reviews. And to leave your comments. Please leave your reviews about my classes. I will be more than happy to read them. Thank you so much for taking part in my classes, and I really encourage you to come over and over again and to have this chance to talk, to speak English here. Okay, that's it for today.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
If you have any questions, any comments, any needs to address, just feel free to ask anytime. Right now you can ask me about that. Comments, observations.
No.
Question, yes?
Thank you.
Yeah, it's been my pleasure. Alright, so thank you for now, and hopefully I will see you next Friday.
Okay.
Bye bye.
Goodbye.
Bye bye.
Bye. Елена. Bye.
Bye. Goodbye.
You are currently the only person in this conference.